I got a question from someone who said they have a lot of programming experience and want to know how they can use programming to speed up their video editing process. And this was a really interesting question because my gut reaction is going to be, well, you can't really. But there are projects out there that have attempted to do this. I don't remember the person's name off the top of my head, but I will have it linked in the description if I'm not showing it on screen. There was a coder who was in college for coding or something who developed a project where they were basically building their own AI of sorts. It wasn't really AI, but a program that looked for like the most exciting scenes in a bunch of footage and chopped it all together to try to make a vlog seem more interesting. And I've known people even back in like 2015 who were coding things to just basically look for silence in the audio and just cut those gaps to pick up the pace and do things like that. So you could take a swing at those kinds of attempts and build something from there. My big idea, if I could put like a bounty out there, I don't have money for that, but if I could put a bounty out there, I would love for something like Athena-scope, where it uses OCR to scan your frames for, in-game text. This is specifically for gaming videos, but it could apply to other things. But in the context of gaming videos, like I don't make a whole lot of gaming videos. I do now on Lost Saves. If you haven't checked out that channel and you're interested in game nostalgia, I have that. But my main content isn't gaming stuff, but I still record a ton of gameplay footage. And I have a lot of cool moments in there, but going through hours upon hours of either stream VODs or Shadowplay highlights to find those cool clips is tedious, if not logistically impossible for someone who has something better to do. I would love to take the OCR, which is, the text reading capabilities, tell it to look for this specific text block that pops up in the middle of the screen to say you killed or, overkill or score or whatever. And just scans through my gameplay footage and chops off, a little bit before, a little bit after. And there are ways to do it with FFmpeg that you don't have to re-encode the footage. And then you have a whole big highlight bucket that you can pull from to make more exciting videos. I would love something like that. I don't want to compete with Athena-scope's like montage making and all their cool features, but the core concept of just using like Python or something to load up OCR, scan your frames, and dump out your highlights is actually a fairly simple task that you could use if that's the kind of video you're making. Alternatively, there are embedded scripting languages used in like After Effects, and even Resolve Fusion can use Python for a lot of things. I think Premiere loads JavaScript, I want to say, in the custom panels and plugins, and you could develop plugins, of course. And then obviously there's like After Effects expressions. So there are ways that you can integrate coding and video editing, but to just specifically speed up your video editing process. I mean, you could script out like, if you record some A-roll, you could set up a hotkey that, applies all your post-processing and then manually imports it into a video and like imports all your files from a folder or something. And like I have Stream Deck buttons that automatically create subfolders for my video organization. So I'll make a new project folder and then press one button and it makes all the folders I need within that. But for the editing process itself, I don't really know how that would apply.